It has got a claimed 310 brake horsepower, a supercharger, and can hit over 200 miles per hour with normal people riding it, like me and you. It's also the fastest superbike you can buy. So racers, start your engines and let's go riding on the bonkers Kawasaki H2R. Some will say the Kawasaki H2R's power is too much. It's too fast, too expensive, too vicious, and yes, it's all those things, but who cares? I wouldn't if I had $65,000 to spend on an H2R. Thank you, Kawasaki, for being so brave. You promised it would be nothing short of epic, and you delivered. What more is there to say? It's the ultimate top trump card, the fastest, most powerful production bike ever, and it works beautifully. However, the glaring issue here is that it isn't road legal, and the exhaust is so loud that very few circuits will allow its type on track days. It occupies a strange no man's land, and as such it's hard to justify for road use unless you spend all your time riding on runways or intend to tuck it away in a heated garage as a collector's item. Its 5-star rating remains nevertheless, simply because of its mind-bending performance. The new tires offer more grip and confidence, especially at the front, which, added to the powerful new brakes and the Öhlins upgrade of a few years ago, gives the Kawasaki more poise and a lighter feeling in the corners, despite still weighing a hefty 238 kilograms. The H2R used to be a one-trick, straight-line pony, but now it's finally a well-rounded sports bike in its own right. Whether it was down to the patch hoist, discs, or ABS control, braking power was always an infuriating H2R weak point, and if you ever needed to stop in a hurry, you'd need to grab a big fistful of front, a big dose of rear, and downshift like a maniac, supercharger chirping in protest. But now the H2R has brakes to match its formidable engine. New Stylema Brembos, first seen on the 2018 Panigale V4, Ducati had exclusive use of them for a year, bulge with power, and create a more connected, enjoyable ride. With its new H2 SX-derived air filter, airbox, spark plugs, and ECU, claimed power is up 30.6 brake horsepower and produces a measured 206 horses on the dyno, exactly the same as the previous model, with 4 foot-pound less torque. Does this matter? No, because the H2R has never lacked in the trouser department, and the way it surges smoothly forward in a cocoon of strange calm as it manically hovers up the horizon in any gear, at any rev level, still defies belief. Anti-wheelie perfectly controls an eager front wheel, but low-speed fueling is still snatchy, and we saw just 38 miles per gallon during our test. Despite its supercharger and monstrous power, the H2R enjoys typical bomb-proof reliability, and that's backed up by Kawasaki H2R owners' reviews. In fact, it's quite the opposite, with owners stating beautifully put together, excellent build quality as you would expect from Kawasaki, and this is Kawasaki at their best. It isn't cheap, but fit, finish, and cycle parts ooze the kind of luxury you'd expect from a machine of this price. When launched, the Kawasaki H2R didn't really have any specific rivals, The Suzuki Hayabusa was fairly similar in its straight-line performance, although probably appealed to different buyers and was far less sporting in corners. Track-focused sport bikes like the Ducati Panigale V4R may attract similar buyers, and ditto the latest Panigale V4 SP. It's out with the LCD and in with the crisp new light-sensitive color TFT display. Speedo digits still climb at a stratospheric pace under hard acceleration, but the new dash gives the H2R's cockpit a fresh new look. There are two main layouts to choose from, featuring a smorgasbord of information from the regular speed, gear position and trips, to readings taken from the Bosch inertial measurement unit, including lean angle and G-force. You can also sync your phone via Bluetooth to use Kawasaki's Rideology app, which lets you track your ride via GPS, view received calls and email, and check bike settings. Colors are a carbon copy of the original H2R, so the Öhlins shock, new Brembos and supercharged engine logo are the easiest way to identify the new version. Paint is now self-healing. Think of it as a paint job that hasn't quite cured, with the idea that light scratches, but not heavy stone chips, or worse, will seal back up again, like some kind of two-wheeled Terminator. The H2R comes with a plethora of control systems to stop it firing you at the scenery. The highlights are Kawasaki traction control. The new KTRC system's multi-level modes give riders a greater number of settings to choose from. Mode 1 is for the track, Mode 2 for the street, and Mode 3 for wet conditions. A rain mode is also available separately, which limits power by more than 50%. The H2R has 9 levels of traction control and cornering ABS. With Kawasaki Launch Control Mode, there's no need to fear the supercharger for fast getaways, as the H2R's launch control will prevent wheel spin and minimize wheelies off the line. Riders can choose from 3 modes, each offering a progressively greater level of intrusion. Simply hold the throttle wide open and let the clutch out. KLCM can be used concurrently with KTRC. The Kawasaki Engine Brake Control System allows riders to select the amount of engine braking they prefer. By selecting Lighty in the settings, for example, the engine braking effect is reduced, providing less interference when riding on the circuit. ABS can be deactivated on the H2R. In fact, all rider aids can be switched off if you are brave enough. So to sum up, the unrivaled savagery in which the H2R accelerates never gets old, but its supercharged power delivery is still deliciously smooth and, thanks to its excellent electronics, accessible too. Low-rev throttle response is still too sensitive, and the seat is as uncomfortable as hell after a few hours, but improved braking power, extra grip, and a classier dash transforms the H2R into something truly remarkable.